Boom, swearing. All right. Hello, my name is Julian Hashem, and my research topic was impact of divorce on children. Let's see, next slide here. Okay, so I believe this is the dependent variable of the divorce or impact of divorce on children. Um, in this slide, I have I have some facts that like help or like shine light to different things. It's like a divorce. The main thing is a significant life event that has lasting effects on different people, mainly children, obviously. Um, it like the most like important impact it has is like the emotional well-being, behavior, and it affects future relationships children will have with anyone. So yeah, well, I said there's negative impact on future romantic relationships because it sees or the child sees like how their parents acted towards each other, and it would affect them too. Increased likelihood of mental health issues in adulthood because of the trauma they faced when they were younger. Efforts should be made to like minimize the negative effects, and help like provide support for children who have gone through divorce when they were younger because they didn't know how to like handle it. Obviously, next slide. This is the independent variable. It's psychological and emotional well-being is the independent variable. Research has consistently shown that children of divorced parents are at a higher rate of developing psychological problems compared to those from intact families. These include depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, and behavioral difficulties. Um, so basically, they're at a risk for so many different types of mental health issues that should not be like put on to a child. Examples of these are witnessing arguments or being caught in like the middle of disputes can lead to like feelings of guilt, and emotional instability. So that the child thinks that um it's their fault that the parents are arguing, or it's their fault that those events the child like messed up and parents were arguing that they split up because of the child. Yeah, the long-term effects could include like huge mental health problems. It can be avoided if certain measures are put into place, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. If you're watching this still, that was the dependent variable. This is the independent variable. The second slide was what I'm doing the topic on. That's my fault. But you still get you get the gist. Um, presence or absence of parental conflict is the independent variable. Uh, these three things that I found in my readings were like I thought were the most important to me. Um, Number one is emotional distress. Witnessing arguments can evoke like strong emotions in children, such as fear, anxiety, and sadness. Like obviously you don't want to see your loved ones like arguing at each other. You picture your mom and your dad like having a good time with each other, like anywhere, all the time, and you don't want to see them because you don't really see them in the light, in that kind of light ever. Number two is increased stress levels. The arguments that they have and you witness can increase like a stressful environment for children. I think that pretty self-explanatory. Feelings of guilt and responsibility. In my last slide, I talked about that a little bit, but most children often internalize parental conflicts and may blame themselves for the argument that their parents have. Yeah, so those were the independent variables. my three studies that I had were Parental Divorce and Children's Adjustment by Jennifer Langsford. My second was Effects of Divorce on Children. And the third one is Deconstructing the Impact of Divorce on Children. I think the one I found the most helpful was the second one. I found most of my information on there because like it gives a broad statement on every aspect of divorce. I can give like a little summary about each one. So the first one was like divorce and the children's adjustment. They say Jennifer in this said that children take like 1 to 3 years to like even as long as 5 to like to adjust to like living in like a one parent household and switching over back to back. That was the main part of what she was talking about in that. The second one was just most of the information I had and both the dependent and independent variable slides. And deconstructing the impact of divorce was like the summary I have is parental divorce separation is associated with an increased risk for child and adolescent adjustment problems. So it broke down the problems children can have when they are faced with divorce and how they adjust. It's like a point thing. And I think that's it. Yeah. Thank you for listening. I would